The following review may contain spoilers. The cinematography is excellent. Christian Sprenger is the name of the DP. It looks like he did every episode of Atlanta and 10 episodes of the Netflix series Glow, both of which always look great. Not a lot of major film credits at this point, but this is probably a DP to watch out for. The film is directed by actor Dave Franco, and it's his first feature. The first half of the movie is compelling. The slow build and all the mystery work effectively, and then this undercurrent of dread with the hidden cameras in the shower and the creepy owner of the rental. The tone of the film felt controlled for the most part, but it kind of loses it in the second half. More on this later. One of the leads, a character named Mina, is poorly written. She works at what seems like a tech company with her boyfriend Josh's brother Charlie, and is referred to several times as brilliant and that she has it all together. Well, it doesn't seem like the case here at all. She impulsively has sex with her boyfriend's brother Charlie, and it's all caught on video as there is a hidden camera in the shower head, and later she impulsively attacks the manager of the rental house, Taylor, after he threatens to call the cops on what he perceives as her bizarre behavior. It seems like the motivation for her doing this is because she thinks that he's some creepy weirdo and he'll expose the hidden camera shower footage to her boyfriend and also Charlie's wife. But even with that hanging over her head, I don't think a brilliant tech entrepreneur would try to physically assault someone. It seems like this scene was only written as the motivation for her boyfriend, Josh, to come in and beat up Taylor. They could have motivated Josh to attack Taylor for a more realistic and believable reason. The movie escalates into violence just way too quickly. I feel like the tone of the movie does not transition smoothly. I think the problem is that the scene where Josh beats up Taylor is shot in a very similar rhythm to the rest of the film. Dave Franco doesn't try to shoot the scene in a different way. I think it should have been presented as more of a bigger turning point, and they could have done this with like a tighter camera or by introducing different angles or shot composition to indicate to the audience that there's going to be a tonal shift. Everything should have been presented as just bigger, but the film just keeps chugging along in the same filmmaking style throughout pretty much. Then we have 3 of the 4 characters decide to hide Taylor's body. Josh doesn't kill him, of course, just knocks him out, and then the creepy killer sneaks in and finishes the job. But they think Josh punched him too hard and that he was responsible, so they decide to get rid of the body. Okay, there is not even a shred of an inkling that these people would do something as dumb as hide a dead body. 2 of them are some kind of tech entrepreneurs, like I said before, Mina is referred to as brilliant a few times. So getting rid of a dead body is a dumb decision to begin with, but then they try to do it in the dumbest way possible on top of that. They decide to throw the body into the ocean, but it's over a rocky hillside, and they manage to throw the body right onto a huge rocky ledge. Then there is this unintentionally hilarious scene where they inexplicably try to knock the body off the ledge by throwing medium-sized rocks at it, like that would move the body somehow. It's like the characters all suddenly had brain transplants in the middle of the movie. Another negative aspect of the film is if you take this as purely a horror movie, well, there's not a lot of interesting ideas here. The killer wears a Mike Myers type mask, except it's really wrinkled, and then he kills people with a crowbar and a hammer. None of this is particularly original or interesting, and his motivation to kill them, it seems like he wants to go to these rentals and set up this thing where it looks like the owner of the rental and the guests had some kind of dispute and they killed each other, so maybe he can get away with it easier. Maybe the cops won't look for another killer because it just looks very obvious that there was some kind of dispute. I don't know, they really don't explain anything at the end. They keep it vague, which is fine. But if you take the ideas that they do present, there's just not a lot of imagination here. Dave Franco does a surprisingly good job with the material he has, but oddly, he's the co-writer of the script as well. If the same script was in the hands of a less competent director, I think it would have been exposed for its lack of imagination. To sum up, Dave Franco, the director, elevates Dave Franco, the writer's weak material. My final rating for The Rental is 2 stars. As of the making of this video, the Rotten Tomatoes percentage for The Rental is 73%, which is just about right. First-time director Dave Franco does show some talent here. I read that he wants to do a sequel for this movie, but I think he should try to explore other projects and make sure he has a much stronger screenplay to work with.